Just yeah, before we start, yeah, today we have basically Noel that is with us, Richard as well, and they're gonna present us something really interesting about forex bots. So if you're interested into forex and you want to know more about bots and basically how you can benefit from it, they're gonna tell us a good presentation about it. If you have any questions at any time, you can write them in the chat, or you can also just raise your hand. Noel, it's all yours.
Well, I'll give it over to Rich and
All right,
then.
so good evening, everybody. Just before we get into Noel, just to give you a little backdrop story, I've known Noel for multiple decades. I've known him since high school years, and Noel reached out to me a little while ago when we were putting KW together and we were putting our Monday Meltdowns together. And he had done a presentation with us last year, and I said to him, when you get back, because I know he was taken out to Jamaica, please do a presentation for us again. So I really appreciate him taking the time. He has an extensive background, not only in securing his own financial independence, but working with individuals to help them achieve their financial and personal and professional goals. So, Noel, it is a pleasure to have you back with us today. Chan, thank you for having us back with you again because you were here with us the first time. So, take us away into the Forex world.
All right. Well, first of all, thank you for having me, Rich and Richard and Bryce. Thank you for being here to assist us and making sure all this went smoothly tonight. And of course, my co-presenter and Mr. Antoine Tran, who's here this evening to share some ideas. Everybody who can come on camera, please feel free to do that because it's always nicer to see faces than it is to see as nice as the little screen pictures and shots are. It's always nice sometimes to see people. But if I can't see you and you can't come on camera, if you can participate in the chat, that would be great because I just want to kind of get a better sense of who I'm talking with. First of all, how many people on this call have ever sort of looked into the world of Forex, have ever traded before? If you've traded before in Forex and you're familiar with some of Forex, just put 111 in the chat. If you have never and this is your first exposure to anything that has to do with trading in that world, if you can type 222 in the chat, that would be great. So anybody who, so just give me some, I need never, 1, 2, 2, 2. Okay. So for the most part, people aren't really that exposed to it. Okay. So just by way of first, a little bit of an intro to Forex trading. Forex is short for foreign exchange. And I'll go into my background and Antoine's background in a minute, but I want to first just get right into the background because I know we've got 30 minutes to get through quite a bit here. So Forex is short for Forex. So Forex is short for foreign exchange. So as an example, I just got back from Jamaica. I was there for 6 months. And when I was there, obviously the two currencies largely that I was using were US and JMD or Jamaican dollars. Now, when I converted my Canadian dollars first to Jamaican dollars, there was an exchange rate, right? Now, depending on the strength or the weakness of the Jamaican dollar, I either made or lost money on that exchange when I converted my Canadian dollars to Jamaican dollars, right? And so you can actually though make or lose money on trading by you don't have to actually own the commodity in order to trade it, which is actually something that's pretty cool. And the big banks trade for foreign currency. It's the foreign exchange market is bigger than all of the trading markets all the trading markets combined. And it's global because again, it's every single country that has currency or paper or fiat money. They trade currencies back and forth, and we make money based on small spreads. Now, we make money on small spreads. Now, I was started to learn a little bit about Forex, I guess about 2 years ago, when Antoine Tran, he was somebody who was teaching and training people on how to trade Forex, beginners, people who never had any experience with it. And Antoine was a great trainer. And as a result, my learning curve went down quite quickly. And I was able to trade on my own and make money on my own, which was a great feeling. But, one of the things, though, when he was training people, that not everybody had the exact same results, right? And some people, because it takes time and energy to learn how to trade, right? And but a lot of us don't realize that we're actually involved with the trading world. But because right, everybody says they don't necessarily trade, but there's somebody who trades for you, and that's the bank. When you put your money on deposit in the bank, they actually trade there's funds that they do trade. They have traders that do it, but they've also got this incredible technology called trading bots. And I just want I'll share my screen with you, because it was after that introduction to trading that I started to learn about trading bots. And I was like, this is fascinating. So let me try doing this, try to share a tab. Now, okay, am I sharing my screen, Bryce?
No, we cannot see it.
Okay, it works the first time you try, but not after.
Yeah.
Let me try this again. Let's do this. Okay,
At the bottom, yeah. All right, that's good.
Yeah. Preparing to share your screen. Okay, and let's pull this up. Okay, now am I sharing?
And no, we strangely cannot see it.
That is interesting. We just tested this thing out.
Yeah. So
okay, so
Mhm.
I will try one more time here.
Do you have two screens?
Say that again.
Do you have two screens?
No, I just had the chat open. Maybe if I close the chat, let's see what happens. Because it stop presenting. I don't know what that means. Okay, you're presenting to everyone. Presentation audio. Should I click on stop presenting? Is that what I should do?
Yeah, you can try again now. So if you click on present now at the bottom, then you can present a tab or a window or your entire screen. Yeah, now it works.
Now you're seeing it?
Yes.
Awesome. Okay, so this has come from the Tribune, and it says financial markets embrace brave new world of artificial intelligence. And so you don't necessarily have to do the trading because other people are doing it for us when we put our money in the bank. So artificial intelligence has spread rapidly across markets in recent years as traders constantly strive to gain the upper hand, while regulators have given a guarded welcome to the cutting edge technology. High frequency trading propelled by algorithms has reigned over the past decade as banks and funds take advantage of small price fluctuations on many markets to carry out thousands of deals in a fraction of a second. So the reason why high frequency trading is done and why they use bots is because they can move way faster than human beings can. And so now, but they still have human beings involved with the process, but they've got the bots that actually do the trading and moving in and out of trades. Now I'm going to play a little audio, and if you guys have not got this book, you really should get it. It's from Tony Robbins. It's called Money. And it's mastering the game. I'm just going to play a quick excerpt to give you an insight into the power of what's happening, and I'm going to share with you how you guys can take advantage of trading bots where you don't have to be a member of the elite and have hundreds of millions of dollars. You can actually participate with trading bots for as low as like 10 grand. So I will show you in a moment. We'll show you in a moment how it works. So let me just know if the audio is coming through as I'm playing this for you. Okay, this can take about a minute to listen to Tony Robbins in his book Money.
We live longer now on less money. New technologies keep coming online, stoking a system that often seems designed to separate us from our money instead of helping us grow it. In fact, as I speak these words, interest rates on our savings right now hover near zero, while markets rise and fall like corks on the ocean. Meanwhile, we're faced with a financial system with limitless choices and mind-boggling complexity. Today, there are more than 10,000 mutual funds and 1,400 different ETFs and hundreds of global stock exchanges to choose from. It seems like every day we're pitched more and more complex investment instruments with kind of an alphabet soup of acronyms: CDOs, REITs, MBSs, MLPs, CDSs, CETFs. How about WTF? How about HFT? That's short for high frequency trading, where 50 to 70% of the tens of millions of trades that churn through the market each day are now generated. They're done by high-speed machines. What does that mean to you? Well, let me give you an example. It only takes a half a second, or what they call 500 milliseconds, to click your mouse to complete your E-Trade order. In that short time, the big boys of the supercomputers will have bought and sold thousands of shares of the same stock hundreds of times over, making micro profits with each transaction. In fact, Michael Lewis, the best-selling author of the HFT expose Flash Boys, A Wall Street Revolt, told 60 Minutes, quote, "The United States stock market, the most iconic market in global capitalism, is rigged. It's done by a combination of the stock markets, the big Wall Street banks, and high-frequency traders. They're able to identify your desire to buy shares in Microsoft and buy them in front of you and then sell them back to you at a higher price," end quote. How fast are these guys? Well, one HFT firm spent $250 million to straighten the fiber optic cables between Chicago and New York, reconstructing the landscape and literally terraforming the earth to shave, get this, 1.4 milliseconds off its transmission time. Now, even that's not fast enough. Some trades are already taking place in microseconds. That's a millionth of a second. Soon, HFT technology will allow those trades to begin in nanoseconds or a billionth of a second. Meanwhile, they're laying cable on the ocean floor, and there's even talk of solar-powered drones acting as microwave relay stations to connect exchanges between New York and London over the ocean.
So this is the power of the new world, that we are in. But part of the challenge is that most of us don't know how to access this type of technology so that we can use it for benefit for ourselves. Trading bots are great from a standpoint of consistency of trading and their abilities to go in and out of trades much faster than a human being can. And they're algorithm based, which is why you still need to have the human element. Just over about a year, several years now, as the high frequency world of trading has been functioning, there with trading bots, they've been recently introduced to cryptocurrencies as well. And you may have heard of different opportunities where trading bots have become quite popular. And my first mentor, I don't know, where are you, Antoine? So Antoine, you still here? You still with us? Antoine Tran was my first mentor when it came to trading. And one of the things that I loved is that he simplified trading and he made it very simple. And I had asked him about a year ago, or 2 years ago, if he would, if I gave you a bunch of money, could you just trade for me? Because I had decent results, but he had great results. And I wanted, and I said, hey man, I got no problem spreading the wealth around. And at that time, he had said no. He said he wasn't comfortable with doing that. And then he connected with me back in December, and he says, "No, I got great news. I invested in a trading bot, and I configured it to my trading style, and now I've got a means by which people can be making anywhere between 3 to 5% per month on their money." And I was like, "Okay, like this." And I said, "Exactly how does it work?" Because part of sometimes you always hear of different things that come up and people are saying, hey, yeah, put this money over in this platform. And then, yeah, we're going to get you these returns. But then next thing you know, your principal and your money's gone, right? And for me, I like to be in control over my money. I just don't like the idea of handing it over. And quite frankly, even dealing with the banks right now, given where we are headed with this global reset and where things are going globally, I'm not comfortable with keeping large sums of money in the bank. Everybody's different, but some people say our bank accounts are insured, and I'm like, right, up to what point? And if you've studied what happened in Greece with the banks over there, when they had the fallout, when banks went insolvent, a lot of people weren't able to take out more than $100, $200 at a time out of their bank account. So I have different thoughts around the banking system as a whole. I just want to know that I have control over my money. And so when he was talking with me about trading, I'll just share with you. I'll share with you what got my attention in terms of, because I still like to be able to do some trading on my own. But if I can have passive money being generated by a bot, that's great. And the things that really got my attention, I'll just show you inside this. FX Choice is one of the. Oh man, let me share my screen. One sec. FX choice is share screen, share tab. This is one of the brokers that we use, and just to give you an example of something, like as you see along here, withdrawal. If I click on like one of the accounts, right, and I'll use one of this. Oh man, they want me to re-log back in, huh? All right. You know, I love the fact that in an account, this is literally a brokerage account, and from this brokerage account, I can actually withdraw funds immediately. I can withdraw funds whenever I want, right to my bank. So my principal, I always am able and always in a position to withdraw funds, which is something that's extremely important to me. Y'all can see my screen, right, Bryce?
Yeah, that's good.
Hello? Okay.
Yeah,
so
we're good to
yeah,
go.
so you're able to, and I can take out my money, whether I want to take it out in cash, if I want to take it out in Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, Ripple, if I want Tether, if I want to take it out through Skrill, I've got different options of how I can withdraw my funds. And so I'm always in control of my principal. So that was number one thing that I wanted with my money, is to have complete control over my principal at any time. That means I can withdraw or cancel out if I so chose at any point in time. And I can also take out my returns at any point in time by doing internal transfers. So by doing an internal transfer, any funds that I have generated for the day in my account, I can transfer funds. I can transfer at any point in time money to my account directly. So for me, control is a very, very, very big thing when it comes to when it comes to my money. So all right. So I'm going to introduce Antoine and just how we sort of came together to know one another. By profession, I'm a performance coach. I coach people on how to monetize their passions, increase their incomes, and take things in their lives to the next level. I help people increase their sales. I don't know how many entrepreneurs are on the call today, but what I do is I help people increase their sales, and I've been doing this for over 10 years. And I'll have a free invitation, by the way, at the end of this call for those of you who wish to come out and attend one of those free sessions. So this is something that the financial literacy side of things is something that a hand was raised. Okay, go ahead. Well, I'll finish my statement, then I'll take the question. So and then I'll introduce Antoine and let him sort of walk you through how the trading actually works between using the bot and the system that we utilize to be able to generate for ourselves. So to me, I like the idea of security, and I like slow and sure. And the fact that I was able to generate between 3 to 5% per month on my money was something passively was extremely beautiful to me. And I can actually literally see each day the trades that are actually taking place on my account through vis-a-vis my, there's an app that we use in the trading world called MetaTrader 4 or MetaTrader, and through this app, I can literally go onto my through this app, MetaTrader 4. When I click on it, I can open up my account and I can actually see the active trades that are going on. I can see exactly how much has been made or lost in a day. I can also see the charts. I can also see the charts and see, and because we sort of teach people some of the basics of what the strategies are. If people want to pull out of trades, or if they want, they can just keep it there and let Antoine manage it, or they can do it for themselves. You know what I mean? They can manage and withdraw or at any point in time, which is something that I really like, which means that we're always in control. So I'll take the question and then we'll go on to Antoine. What was the question, Rich?
No, I was letting people know if they had some questions before we moved on to Antoine, just to let them know that there's a moment here to ask a question if there was any.
Sure, sure.
Because I just noticed there was quite a few people that were saying that this is their first time or they've never heard of Forex. So I just wanted to see if they had any questions that have come up in their mind so far with what they've heard. Is everybody good so far? Okay, fantastic. Let's carry on then.
All right. So with Antoine, the day we met a couple of years ago, he was struggling with his trades at first, and then he got inspired by some of the things that I said and he recommitted himself to trading, and I watched him literally double and triple accounts, and so I was like, wow, he's really impressive and very smart guy, but most importantly, he's got a big heart. He's helped a lot of people learn the basics of trading, which has been great. But now he's got a way that everybody can get the same or similar results. So without any further ado, Mr. Antoine Tran. And by the way, I apologize if I'm moving fast. I know we have like 30 minutes to get a bunch of stuff in and then Q&A. So I apologize if we're moving kind of quickly. So
Antoine Tran. Well,
hey, buddy.
Thank you. Hello, guys. My name is Antoine. I'm 37 years old. I've been trading for about 3 years. I've been learning how to trade for one and a half years, 2 years, and then I was able to teach the people around me, my friends, and people from Canada. I'm from Canada, and also people from around the world. Like we had live trading session with over few hundred people on the session. So the thing is that when I was teaching people how to trade, the one common mistake that I see people do is that it's hard for people to duplicate my work, right? Because just like in any other classes, right? There's going to be A students, it's going to be B students, and it's going to be F students, right? So after a while of trading and stuff like that, I realized that the most common mistake that people have is emotion, right? The emotion that attached to your money, that attached to your trade. So that's why I came up with an idea that, hey, why don't I try to do a bot, a trading bot that trade according to my algorithm where everybody can get the same result. Right? Doesn't matter if you're an A student or an F student, right? So that's how this program came about. Okay. Then I approached Noel with this because before that, yes, I was able to double, triple my account in a short period of time, but then I also blow my account in a short period of time. That's because of the emotion, right? So by eliminating the emotion, you're leaving it to the computer to execute your trades for you, and you're just gonna manage the computer, right? That's the whole idea, right? So I'm just gonna quickly share my screen here, and I'm gonna show you guys how the trading system works. Okay, so let me just share my screen here. And you guys, some of you guys said you guys do a little bit of trading before. So how often? Like a lot, day trader or learning, or what is it?
Looks like there is a bit of everything. For myself, I've been doing a lot of automated trading for a while, so for many years.
Okay, perfect. Awesome. So this is same thing, right? Very similar. Okay, so I'm gonna go and share my screen here and show you guys. This is the program that we are doing. Okay, so we're gonna be doing from January of this year to now. Okay, and I'm gonna show you guys the visualization of how the trade works. It's gonna be a little bit fast because I don't want to show for the last 6 months, right? But this is how the trading system works, okay? So price go up and down all the time in the market, right? So as you guys can see, when price go up, we make money on the buy. When price go down, we make money on the sell, right? So down here, you can see that this is where our balance and this is your equity. As you're trading, your equity is being used up. Just like when you drive a car, right? You have to put gas in the car, so it uses up some money for running the car. But as the car running, you go to work and stuff like that, you're generating money and your balance go up. Okay, so so every time you see this two red bar here, this red bar here and this red bar in the bottom, those are called take profits. Okay, every time the price hit those bars, it's gonna give us a profit in our trading account. So this account here is $100,000 account. Okay, so as you can see, from January 1st to January 6th, it's already profiting $1,400, right? So if you guys can just keep watching a little bit here, it's going to be quick. I'm not going to play the whole 6 months, but this is how the system works, right? Okay. So these bottom here, these are the trade that we have that are open. These are a sell that open or in drawdown. So when the price come down and hit our take profit for the sell, we will exit the sell and we will have no more sell left in drawdown because we already took the profit. Same as the buy, right? We have the buy and the sell. So this is a hedging system, okay?
So the beauty of hedging is that you make money whether the markets go up or down. As long as
you make money both ways.
We make money both ways. Whether the markets go up or down doesn't matter. As long as there is some type of a pullback or a correction, that's where we make our money on a pullback, because the price usually never goes all the way up straight. It doesn't normally go all the way down. It usually comes down a bit and then it comes up and then it comes down and it goes up a little bit. And each
that's
time,
right.
Correct.
Yeah, with currency, there's no way the currency is going to go from, let's say, $1 to $0, right? Unless that country is demolished, right? Gone from the face of the earth, right? So as you can see, right, the program does all the trading for you. It closes trade for you, it opens trade for you, it does the lot size for you according to your account. You can withdraw anytime you like. What I recommend is that you withdraw your profit on a regular basis. You don't leave it in there. I'm just showing you guys this, but let's say if I make $3,000, right? You guys can see my screen, right? $3,000 here. So 100,000 already at 30.
It's hard to see.
$3,400, right? I would withdraw, keep withdrawing it, right?
I have a few questions for you, Antoine. Would it be possible to see the parameters of the simulation? I'm curious, especially about the fees, because I know that like if you do high frequency trading, a lot of time we have to worry about the fees. So depending on the broker you're using, so you said that you're using FX Choice. So depending on that, basically, you might have to pay more fees. So like, is it still going to be valuable? So are you still going to make money, or are you going to pay more in fees if that increases?
Yeah. So with this here, it calculates the fees as well with the profit, everything. So you will be able to see it after. But let me go and show you this. Okay. So these are the test result for 10,000 I did earlier, right? $10,000, right? Maximum drawdown from January to now is 38.85%, right? That's the maximum drawdown. Okay. The profit is here, right? $4,400. So roughly about 40%, right? They do take the what do you call it? The fees. The fees is not really a lot. Let's say for example, this one doesn't even show it. Okay. Where's my thing? So I lost my. Where's my test? Okay. You know what? Sorry, guys. Hang on a second. Log me out there. Oh, Yeah, the fee is not that much. They charge you a very small percentage per trade. So let's say if you do a dollar trade, right here, you see here, there's a dollar, let's say a dollar 1.11, right, which is $10, which is $11.10. They'll charge you around roughly about $5-6 per trade.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it's not. Yeah, on the test, it doesn't really show you the what do you call it, the fees, right?
Mm-hmm. Because I kind of
Yeah,
wonder, just especially, I know when you put in your settings, you can put the amount you want to simulate with, right? So that's why I wonder, like, once you do a simulation, if your fees are not high enough, that means that if someone after that uses that bot with higher fees, that bot is not going to work. So I kind of wonder, for instance, I'm using Oanda, for instance, when I'm doing
yeah,
trading. So I know that Oanda might have some higher fees than FX Choice. So
yeah.
yeah.
Oanda, you cannot do with Oanda. Oanda is a regulated broker, right?
Mm-hmm.
They don't allow you to hedge. You can only
Mm-hmm.
buy or sell, right?
Mm-hmm.
I tried with Oanda before and it doesn't work. That's why I'm using FX Choice, because they allow you to do that, and their
Mm-hmm.
fees is very cheap,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Okay.
So yeah. So to answer your question, a regulated broker limit you from certain things that you can do,
Well, it's
Mm-hmm.
more a regulated
right?
broker in North America, because
Mm-hmm.
In North America, that's right.
regulated brokers offshore, it's different, where you can
Mm-hmm.
actually get
That's right.
the
FX Choice is still a regulated broker, but they are not regulated broker in North America.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, they're out of the
Okay,
leagues.
Mm-hmm.
they are
Would it
Belize. That's right. They are regulated over there.
would it be possible to
And
know a little bit about basically the strategy behind the bot and what is used? Just not necessarily everything, but just have an idea of like
okay, so I'll
how that
stop this
works.
here. Okay, so you guys can see how that works, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So let's see, trading view. So I'll show you guys how the algorithm work. Okay. So for example, the algorithm is you buy and you sell, right? You buy and you sell. So over here, I did a little sketch here so you can see. I'm gonna redo the sketch. Okay. So let's say, for example, we get to a buy and a sell here, right? This is a hedging system, right? So we're gonna buy and sell here. So you're making money on the buy, right? As the price go up in the market, you're making money on the buy. Every time the price go up to a certain level, we're gonna have a sell that opens up, right? To try to close the previous sell. Okay. So let's say the price go up, we're gonna have sells coming down, right? Okay. So let's say we profit from the bottom to the top. So we profit a total of 190 pips, right? So now we're looking to have a correction in the market where we can exit all these cells in profit. Okay. So let's say, for example, the price go up to here, and now we're looking for a sell that comes back to close out of all these sales orders. So we're looking for a 50 pips move back. Okay, 50 pips. So 50 pips. Oops. So pretty much 50 pips pullback is going to be enough for us to exit our trade. Okay. So you see here, the price came down from the top to the bottom is 50 pips, right? Once the price pulled down 50 pips, what happened is that our sell is going to get close in profit. The reason for that is because the sell order for the top order here is bigger the sell order from these guys, right? So we don't have to go all the way back to this entry to exit these trade. We only move back 50 pips. Does that explain it?
Yeah, makes sense.
Okay, so we obviously we make money on the move up, and then we're looking to exit the drawdown, right? And
Mm-hmm.
we don't have to go and come back 100 pips, right? 50 in the market, that's all you need to exit all these trades, and then we start again, right? We start buy and sell again.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Now, for the people on
Right.
this call,
So that's how you guys can see that. Sorry.
I was going to say for the people on this call, because I know that Bryce is a little bit more technical and he knows what you're talking about. A lot of people on this call are looking at this saying, "What did he just say?" Oh my God! The key thing here to the key thing here is this: the bot is doing all of this for you, and over time, you're gonna, as you begin to, as you're involved, we have team meetings that we call just to share a little bit more of what we're actually looking for and how, and so people can begin to recognize over time what's actually happening. The truth of the matter is, all you really need to know how to do is withdraw your how to load your account and how to withdraw profits and take out your money if you so choose. But we just want people to be a little bit more educated than that, because most times when people participate with a bot, they have no idea what the heck is going on. Okay, I put my money there, and this thing was in the trading, and me and my money, and that was it. And which is cool, but it's something where, like, the more education that people can get, we feel the better, the more empowered you are as an individual. So I get, so that was a little bit technical,
Yeah.
But you don't have to be worrying about that. So I hope that helps, guys.
Yeah.
Nancy, you have Inak, Estelle, you had a question?
Yeah, I was kind of curious of where you're using AI in this algorithm because I can't spot it.
Say again.
So I was curious of where you're using AI in that algorithm because I can't spot it.
Okay.
Sorry.
Go ahead, Antoine.
What was the question?
Why are we using an algorithm?
No.
No. Where are you using artificial intelligence in that algorithm? Because I could imagine writing something like that doesn't involve AI. So I was kind of curious where it enters into the picture. Because you mentioned using AI bots, right?
Yeah,
like a bot that uses like artificial intelligence, right? Because I'm kind of curious. I mean, AI became very, very, very popular like in 2015, right? So I guess that before that, people were already using trading bots. So I'm curious to see where AI enters into the picture and how does it make it better than what people were using before.
This doesn't make it.
Well,
go ahead.
Yeah, AI obviously is not better than humans, right? Humans is still better than an AI. But for you to execute all these trades manually, sometimes what happens is that your emotions get in the way, right? So that's why I go with an AI where execute the trade for me, exit the trade for me according to the algorithm that has been working for me in the market. And I'm still behind the AI and managing it and making sure that it's not, it's not going to run to any problems, right?
I think that there is basically a confusion in AI, because normally with artificial intelligence, you would build a model that is going to be a predictive model. So basically, you would say, let's say the market is going to go up based on some data, but it looks like the bot itself is not using artificial intelligence because everything is automated and based on like normal numbers, so no prediction.
No, there's no prediction. This is just based on an algorithm that the market always does, right? Because market goes up, it comes back down, it retests, corrections. It always does that, right? It's if you look back in history, everything goes up must come down at one point, and everything goes down must come back up at one point, right? But it might not come back to the same level as, let's say, in 1999. But that's why we don't want to have a trade that is open at the way at the bottom, and we have to wait until it comes all the way back to get out, right? So that's why I figure 50 pips pullback is all I need to get out of my trades, of all the bad trades, right? I call it bad trades.
Okay, so that's why I think
you got a question after you're finished there, Noel.
Yes, so that's why I think Estelle, I don't know if that answered your question, but I think Estelle was asking more if there was any predictive model, like really using artificial intelligence or machine learning. But I don't think there is any AI involved in that. If that answers your question.
That answers my question.
Yeah.
Are you
Go ahead. Hello?
Hey, what was the next question?
Yeah, I think Richard just had an issue. I'm gonna ask the question. So there is one question that is, are these bots generic, or they have various options to choose? So yeah, once you use them on Forex.
Yeah, I only use this on Forex. I don't do this on stock or anything. It's just based on Forex.
Okay, and I guess they also work on different symbols.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Hopefully
But
that
you
answers your
want
question.
yeah, but you want to trade a pair that doesn't it's not very volatile, right? You want a pair to go up and down more, even though it's a climb up, but within that climb there has to be pullback, right? For example, if you're going to be doing this on, let's say, an exotic pair, let's say the US dollar with the Mexican rand, it fluctuates too much, right? So it doesn't work, right? Because the move is going to be so big on those pairs. So we're going to be doing something very, very tight together, like Euro GBP, right? The euro to the pound. Back in the day, I used to do, Euro USD to Euro to the US dollar, right? That's the most traded pair in the world, right? But as you guys can see lately, the US dollar being very, very volatile. So that we don't do Euro USD anymore. We're going to be doing Euro GBP. They are a little bit more tighter together without any big volatility in the market.
So
Okay, that's good. So went a bit over the time. I would say thanks a lot, Antoine. Thanks a lot, Noel. Would just like to know, maybe there is one other last question, but also where we can access this bot, or if we're interested.
all right, well why don't we? I'll share with you how the program works before then we can answer the last question and maybe close out if that's okay, Bryce.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
how this particular program works is it's $1,000 setup fee one time, and then it's a 50-50 profit split at the end of each month, which is done automatically by the brokerage. And so collectively the bot generates anywhere between 7 to 10% per month, and of course there's a 50-50 split on that. And Antoine also does trades, takes on trades throughout the week as well, and so you get the benefit of those trades in addition to what the bot is producing. But the bottom line is that somebody can look for anywhere between 3 to 5% per month on their money. If some people are interested in learning more about this, you can put your number in the chat, or I can put my number in the chat and you can reach out to me. No problem, and we can walk through it with you. It's a minimum of $10,000 participation level US with the bots. And yes, and also just to keep in true with my promise from earlier tonight as well, we will take that last question. I'm extending an invitation to you guys. For any of you who are entrepreneurs on this call and you want to learn how to increase your sales and take things to the next level without having to put out a bunch of money in order to do it, I have some complimentary sessions that are coming up. So I just put that link in the chat. So you can feel free to take a look and register, share it with friends and family if it's something that's of interest to you. If you want me to call you, just put your name and number in the chat and I'll write it down. We'll give you a call over the next 24 to 48 hours and we can explain more about the trading bot with you. So what's the final question?
There was one question related to crypto, if it's used in crypto, but Antoine just answered.
Yeah, not the bot that we're using. No, we're focused on Forex. And I'll just say this with respect to the crypto and other platforms and programs. Any programs, particularly because I found that a lot of the programs out there are tied to some type of a network marketing type of deal. You need to be very, very careful with that, particularly with the volatility that's been in the markets these days. Anybody who says they can predict exactly how much you're going to be making, it's a real, you got to be careful. Just be very wary and be very careful. Also, if you do not have access to your principal at all times, be wary of that as well. It's not about necessarily how much money you'll make. Sometimes it's about how much your money you're gonna keep. You know what I mean? And there are a lot of instances in which people have lost their entire principles. You know what I mean? On platforms because they weren't in control of their money. What I really like about what we're doing is that it is an actual brokerage account, and we have control over our money at all times. I'm not handing my money over to Antoine or anybody else. It's in the account. The bot goes onto the account and it trades on our behalf, and that's it. And you can actually trade while the bot's doing trades, you can do trades yourself as well. So you're always in control of that situation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So on top of that, when you said that, Noel, my first thing when I did this for my students is that a lot of them don't have a lot of money to trade, right? So let's say when they put their money in their account, they're making money every day. Now they can use that profit and they can trade their own, right? So they're trading the money that's not their capital, right? And they try to make more and try to learn and try to be, be a profitable trader with the profit that is generating with the bot.
Yes, and frankly, 3 to 5% per month passive to me is really good. So I and if we get more some months, great, but 3 to 5% net, I like you. So that's what got my attention regarding this, and it's nice and it's passive, and I get to withdraw my money all the time. So that's where we're at. So
all right.
So that's it.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you very much. And
Awesome.
if you have any questions or anything, if you're in the Telegram chat, you can just ask me. I can refer you to Noel or to Antoine.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah, absolutely. Family, take good care. It was a real pleasure, and I really hope that whether you participate or not, financial literacy is key, and there's never been a more important time than now to get on top of our money, because there's some major changes coming, and we really need to we really need to lock, load, bank, save, invest, and in this world, as well as in land and real estate, that type of thing, things that are going to retain value. How do you say one last thing, Bryce? One last thing before we close out. One last thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The Bank of Canada has been printing money like it's going out of style. You know what I mean? Like it over $1 trillion since COVID started. And that means we're losing about 1% per month on our money and the value of our purchasing power every month. Having your money sitting idly is no longer an option. So whether you participate with us or you do something else, you need to do something. And a lot of loose monies, or monies that were just sort of sitting in a bank account, I would rather have it in an asset that's retaining value, whether it's gold, silver, hell, even a vehicle. Like, I mean, you're not getting the same level of depreciation that you're getting in our cash right now. So I would, and again, not here to give financial advice, just ideas that I'm sharing in this time that we're heading into. This is the calm before the major storm that we're dealing with right now. And anybody who's been following the markets knows what I'm talking about. So it's something where if there's ever been a time to become more financially literate and become more aware, it's now. So be prudent, be smart, and and on the other side of what comes, you'll be the winner. So with that, thank you very much. And thank you for the invitation, Bryce, as well as, of course, my main man, Richard, from back in the day.
All right. Thank you very much.
All right.
Have a good evening.
Yeah. Also, Kenny's asking that very important question. Maybe we should answer that question before we take off. So Kenny's asking, if we take a loss in a month, like let's say a month we take a loss, is there any fees or anything like that? So I just quickly typed that in the chat there, but I'm going to read it out to you guys. If we take a loss in the market, let's say the first month you make $1,000, right? And then there's a 50-50 split there. Now the second month, let's say you take a loss, there will be no split until your account is back to where it left off before you take the loss. Okay, that's called a watermark. Okay, so just so that it's fair for everybody. Obviously, if I perform well, if my program perform well, then we both make money. But if somehow we take a loss, then we don't take money, because we take a loss, right? Until we make back the money that we lost. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Okay.
totally. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Thanks for answering that question.
Absolutely.
All right.
All right,
Have a
guys.
good
Bless.
evening,
Have a
guys.
great night. Take care.
Take care, you guys.